Oh, all right.
There he is. There he is.
There we go. All right.
Hello.
Y'all.
Awesome.
Thank y'all so much for being here. We're very excited to talk CNFT Awards with you.
We've been hyping this since the moment we talked about it on every single show, and just like really excited for it.
We've seen it.
Thank you. And thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. It's an honor.
Our absolute pleasure. So CNFT Awards, for those who don't know, this is a community award sort of thing, but it's also a show. There's an orchestra,
partnerships,
partnerships all across,
including
the space.
IOHK.
It's very exciting. There's a lot going on. What's happening right now? Where are you guys at?
Yeah, tell us for the layperson.
Yeah, so I think Christian can take this in a sec, but we are basically in the pre-production phase, or in the production phase of the actual show. So we've been having multiple phases. So we had the nomination phase where people could actually nominate their projects, their favorite projects. Then we're having a selection phase where all the partners from across the Cardano space and across the NFT space on Cardano could select their favorite nominations. So we have 5 nominations per category in the end. And now we're moving into the voting process. And here's really where the community can come in and vote for their favorite project out of these 5 nominations, or for their favorite NFT.
Great.
And meanwhile, Christian here is basically preparing the show and getting everything ready for that, and getting all the... Wow.
Very grateful. I mean, we can't believe this is happening. We just didn't think this would happen for years.
Yeah, it feels so early, as they say.
As the kids say. Yeah.
I mean, you have to start early, and then next year is gonna be bigger and then bigger and bigger. It's like the Game Awards. So hopefully that at some point it's just gonna be a big show for everyone in like a live stadium or something.
Exactly, in a big stage, 100%. And everyone will be, oh man, what a world.
I'm so glad y'all have that vision,
Taking off.
I can still remember when Patrick, I think it was over lunch, when he told me, man, we should have CNFT Awards. And this was like the starting point where we took off, and now we have the orchestra, we have partners, all the partners on Cardano.
I know.
Those partners are presenting one category. So they are hyped, we are hyped, everyone is hyped.
Yeah, that page is nuts on the website of partnerships. It's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, let's pop it up.
Yeah, I thought I'd show off some of these partners
really
while
cool.
we're chatting.
And I really love the way that you did it, as far as giving everyone a chance to nominate, and having a lot of different people that are have been part of the community for a long time to sort of get that number down to the number we're going to vote on. It's like, it feels like the community has the most say, but we can still do it in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, most of those award shows, they have how's it called, community award or People's Choice Award. But well, this is not something we feel comfortable with, because each category should be a community award. Each category should be public choice, and this is why we followed this idea, and now we're here.
100%, definitely. I mean, especially in this community, it definitely wouldn't feel right. And I hope it sets a precedent for other awards to do the same type of thing. Honestly.
Yeah, that's great. The production value of this one is going to boost, I think, any future attempts at trying to do awards. They're going to have to compete, and that's a good thing.
But I mean, as far as like the community getting to decide on the award show that they have, I think that's kind of a new thing that doesn't really happen that much.
It's like the Kids' Choice Awards, but for adults.
Do they get to decide?
Where the kids choose.
Right. Exactly.
So we just saw some footage of the orchestra playing the music, the soundtrack. How long is that soundtrack? You said you were listening to it.
Original soundtrack.
On a car ride. Did that take you through your whole ride, Patrick?
Same story like with the awards. So we started with, okay, it would be cool to have music. And then we had like a 3 minutes piece of music. And then we said, okay, this is cool. How long can we make this? And in the end, we ended up with, I think now we had 30 minutes. Then the next step was easy. So we had this cool music and we said, okay, what's next? And then someone had our composer, Christian Meyer from Berlin, had the idea to go to work with an orchestra. And then we always ask ourselves, why not? And so we did it.
Exactly.
And we have our soundtrack, 10 minutes of wonderful soundtrack. And we will air it for the first time on February 19th on the day of the award show.
Showtime.
Wow.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. How do y'all actually? Oh, what'd you say, Tyler?
It's a little bit. That's crazy how soon it is. I didn't know.
I know.
Right? Right up. What is that, like 12 days?
Yeah, a little bit more than
12 days away. Mark your calendars. Do we have the exact time yet?
So we're still thinking about it. And of course, we are on Cardano. We will put it out for voting. But we are thinking about 3 or 6 p.m. UTC, but let's see.
Okay.
And this is a pre-recorded show, right? Or
yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're
yesterday we actually announced the hosts of the show. I don't know if you've seen that.
I saw Linda, who I'm very excited about. I think that she will be great. Hashoshi, very exciting. I want to know if we can hear about any. Are they going to be the two like main hosts? Like
the MC, they're going to be.
Right.
Okay.
So they're the show's host basically, and then Christian, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I understand, all the partners are going to present the awards, basically the awards that they chose as their favorite category, and then we'll see people from IOHK, Bondly, like all of the main partners, CNFT present their awards.
It's so great to bring them. I mean, of course, we're all existing in the same ecosystem, in a way, but there's still a lot of like siloed areas that don't necessarily interact so much, and getting kind of all these different people from different parts of Cardano in to all participate in this big CNFT centric event, I think is really a great.
The more of that we can do, the better.
Put together,
yeah.
Very
connected. The cool thing is, no one said no when we reached out. Everyone was on board right away. Just they told us they were like,
why not?
Tell us when and where. We will help you with everything we can, and
that's really cool.
It really feels like one community, one family.
Yeah, exactly. Even if some of the partner projects and stuff, they are like in a way they're all competitors, right? Especially the marketplaces, and Emergo is coming out with their marketplace. We are CNFT.io, of course, Genesis House. Everyone is there with their marketplace, Atano. But essentially, everyone is thinking about the bigger picture, about the collaboration in the space, and that's really important because the pie is very big. And, we're trying to make it bigger. We're trying to get
some mic noise coming through. Patrick, you might have a little mic noise there. Would you mind repeating what you just said?
Oh, just
the last part.
Yeah, about everybody really seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah, exactly. Just that everyone is coming together to collaborate instead of just being competitors. And the pie is really small at the moment, but it's growing so fast that there's really room for everyone. And we're trying to make everything like mainstream and get NFTs out into the world, right?
Yeah.
So it's not really about being a competition in Cardano and like whatever we read on Twitter, JPEG store versus CNFT.io or something like that. It's really about just bringing more people into the space in general, and then everyone is going to win, at least in my opinion.
Absolutely.
You've been someone who I've really seen the passion for that in for a long time now, and y'all are really making it come to life in a way that will be accessible to a lot of people, because everyone knows and gets excited about award shows, and it's like it's going to be such a cool way to tell the story of this community and show all the people taking part in it, in this like beautiful event.
And of course, we're going to celebrate the first year of NFTs on Cardano.
That's right.
At the same time, we will strongly focus on the future. So one of the questions we ask all of our partners throughout the interviews is, what's next? What do you expect next? What will happen with NFTs? And the answers are mind-blowing. So I can't wait to show you.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like when we did interviews on CNFTCon, it was interesting to see what questions people tended to answer similarly, and different people's outlooks on what they saw coming next for NFTs.
So you say we're going to see or hear their answers. What is this, like an awards show / interview with the
like
partners,
segments.
or will they have a chance to speak? How's that going to work?
So we are still during Corona times, right? So our first impulse was, hey, we have to have a live show, but it was pretty clear that we have to do it digital. And to make it interesting, like a 90 minutes show interesting, we decided, okay, we're going to have interviews. But at the same time, we want to show the orchestra, the making of the music. We want to show the making of the wonderful awards. So we will have interviews for each categories. We will present the awards. The winners will get a chance to talk. But of course, we will have breakouts every Tuesday.
That's really great. So this is like pre-taped or live?
It's pre-taped.
It's pre-taped, yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to clarify. Great.
Yeah, because of the different time zones all around the world.
It would be very difficult to make it live.
Definitely. Thank you.
I don't know if you guys announced it yet, but is there any special NFT trophy or something going to the winners, or is that?
Ooh, great question.
Very good question, actually. Yeah. So we have special NFT trophies. So every winner is gonna get like a special NFT trophy. You can already see the first one actually on the website, like right up there. The first NFT trophy. It's actually animated on the website. It's not animated, so it's like just a static image. But the actual one is moving, and it looks amazing. And there's so much work which went into this. And then the cool thing is we are not only going to have NFT trophies, but we're actually also going to have these trophies as physical trophies.
Whoa! Yes.
So, yeah, I can't show you more about that yet, but I think that's going to be extremely exciting. And then every single winner will have one of these amazing statues in their home standing.
Absolutely.
Can take pictures with them in bed or something. I'm very excited, and I'm actually so jealous. I want to have one of these.
I know. I would like to know what has been one of the most memorable or like surprising parts of this whole experience so far for each of you or either.
So creating a show like that, you always face different problems where you need quick solutions. And for me, the best thing was how helpful everyone was. We had an interview with Christian from Wolfram a couple of days ago, and he said it's amazing how helpful all the people on Cardano are. And this was truly amazing to just reach out. And regarding Portal Labs, for example, we asked them, hey, we would like to do an after show party, digital one. And they said, okay, let's talk right away. And we cannot tell you more about that yet, but it's mind-blowing how much effort everyone is putting into this.
After party, that sounds fun.
That sounds very exciting. Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah, Christian kind of took my answer already, because that's what I would have said as well. Just reaching out to all of these different partners and projects, and some of them really big, like the Cardano Foundation and IOG and Emergo even, and Bondly, right? And they all responded so positively, and were like instantly up for sponsoring and helping out wherever they can, which is just amazing to me. And also, yeah, the whole there's so much going on behind the scenes. Like for example, about the whole voting process and selection process of the 5 nominees. We had a full basically committee out of the Cardano Foundation and Wolfram, who worked together with us to prepare all the thousands of nominations in a way so that the partners can easily, take a look at them and decide which ones are their favorites. Because that was actually challenging. Like, you have so much data, and then Wolfram came, and Wolfram is obviously like a really big data company.
Snap their fingers.
Yeah, and they just prepared all of this stuff, and then the Cardano Foundation, they prepared like a guideline of what to look after when taking a look at NFTs. I think they're also going to publish it, at least I hope so.
Right.
And then you can really see like what's gone into this decision-making process. And then once the 5 nominees are finished, we will open up the voting process, and then the community can decide on the actual winners. So it's just like a pre-selection, I would say.
How will the voting work for the community?
Yeah, so initially what we wanted to do was an on-chain voting, but we then decided to not do that simply because we want to keep the entry barrier as low as possible.
That's a good idea.
That's like my motto with NFT Maker in general. We just want to keep the entry barrier as low as possible, make it easy for everyone to participate. And the truth is, if we do like an on-chain voting, then a few people might vote. But some people are also not going to feel comfortable spending the transaction fees and stuff like that. So we decided against it, even though from a technical perspective, it would have been very easy actually to do with NFT Maker. But so now we're just going to have like a voting screen on the website where you can vote, and then you can press a captcha. You have to fill out a captcha so that we don't get bots or anything. And then you'll have your vote registered, and and then after you've voted, you'll actually also be able to mint like a celebratory NFT, like an I voted NFT, which is gonna be like a combination of all the awards, and it looks really cool. So,
that's great.
So how will the votes be? Like, I don't know, we live in the same house. Will we be able to vote even though we're on the same IP address? Will we have 2 votes, or how do you prevent multiple voting, or just?
We don't. That's a simple answer,
cool.
because I think trying to prevent it doesn't work. Not that easily, at least. So there's only 2 options: either try to prevent it, and then everyone is gonna get around it anyways, or not try to prevent it.
Yeah.
The only thing we're trying to do is not get bots, so that people don't just spam the website and then get one of the projects into unreachable heights.
Yeah.
But besides that, we're not.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, good to know.
I think that's a good accepting of reality sort of decision to make.
Thoughts are there. Question. Well, actually, no, I wanted to circle back to what you said earlier about the initial selection process, because Tyler actually got to participate in that initial voting as a member of the Artano Council. How was it, Tyler?
It's been cool. I don't know how much I'm supposed to say. Or how much
Oh, right, of course.
Yes.
And the winner is.
You heard it here first. It's like no spoilies. All right. Yeah, it really makes me happy to hear that both of y'all's most memorable moment was all of that helpfulness happening, because we're kind of in this next evolution of the community, and I think we've all been told all of our lives that competition couldn't really be friendly with one another, and like people wouldn't work together in this way, and it's so cool to see to just prove that wrong every day and like have it continue to be awesome. So, and like big, like, and these are all like these partnerships are all big, they're not just like smaller creative projects, so that's what's even more interesting about it to me.
I agree, and I've learned so much also about the future of the NFT scene on Cardano just by these partnerships. Like, for example, Emergo with their new marketplace coming out, which is, I think, really cool. And then also Bondly, of course, making steps into the NFT world, and we have some unannounced stuff there which I can't tell you about right now, but it's going to be very excited.
Yeah,
full of
things to watch.
We're ready. Yeah, it's an exciting time.
Yeah, very exciting. And it's just exploding at the moment. I think the NFT space on Cardano is it's like in its infancy, but it's growing and growing and growing. And more NFTs minted in January than ever is saying everything to me.
Pretty cool.
Damn right.
And we're coming right up, like you're saying, on the 1-year anniversary of tokens. That's March 1st.
The same day of Mardi Gras.
That's right. It's Mardi Gras this year.
Which shows that it's obviously the universe recognized it was a very important celebratory day. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So I got a bit of a tough question, maybe. Something we were talking about earlier. So have you guys considered or thought about the difference between voting when it comes to collect like large communities versus like artists with smaller communities, like limited artists versus like 10K collections? I know obviously it might be late for this.
You mean like category wise?
Well, just because
how big their community is. Because
yes, like
their art
10K community, they have like a lot more people that would vote versus like limited artists who might have like 100 pieces out or something.
True.
This was exactly, you nailed it with this question, because we thought about this for a long time. Interesting. It was so interesting to see that the bigger projects were not that interested in the CNFT Awards at the beginning, because they don't need it, right? They don't need the marketing. They don't need like getting an award. But as soon as we announced, so at the beginning it was only the smaller projects attending and applying for the award show. And then when we started to announce the partners, even the bigger projects got interested. It was like a journey. And then we decided it wouldn't be fair to just let the community vote on everything. And therefore we decided to go with a pre-selection by the partners, that they can pick with a like all overviewing position what project is really worth it to be nominated and whatnot. And this is why we think we will have like smaller projects, bigger projects, older projects, newer projects. So like we try to nominate those projects the partners thinks are worth being nominated, and then the community can decide.
That makes sense.
And I do think that people, I don't know, I think that sometimes the people with smaller projects can have people that are like really passionate about it, which can kind of, I mean, it's still like probably a little bit off, but like, I think that balances it more. Yeah, it's always an experiment in Cardano, and I just can't wait to see how y'all change this every year. And like, you know,
right, because there's another one coming up next year.
Yeah.
I forget. It's like
exactly, that's exactly the idea. we just try it out, and if we see it doesn't work, also with the approach that we have single NFTs instead of projects, right? Then we're gonna switch it up next year, and that's really what it's about for us at least, experimentation. And it's our first time organizing CNFT Awards or awards in general. Who knows how it goes? But to me, it's like I myself, I'm not really a fan or like a big collector of the 10K drops. Of course, I love them, some of them, but I'm very much drawn to like the one-of-one pieces, and that's why I totally understand your question, Tyler. I think it's very important that they get the recognition that they deserve. But it's really hard because, of course, the 10K drops, like the community around that forms, and they all have like also an incentive of pushing their project, because in the end it raises the value of the project in some cases, and that's not really what it's about. So I think if you can get the whole NFT community together to vote on projects that they might not even own, then that's actually solving the issue. Like if we have great art and then everyone comes together, and maybe there's like a space bird, and then there's a claymate, and then there's like a unique piece, then there are still thousands of people who don't own a space bird or a claymate, and then in general they might just vote for the one which looks the best or which feels the best for them. So that's kind of how we're trying to get around it, but it's definitely like it's not that easy in practice, of course, especially not while the CNFT community is still so small, because now, if there's like a big 10K drop, then everyone kind of owns a space, but at this point, okay, not everyone. Many people wish they would, but a lot of people own one, and a lot of people own Claymate and stuff. So it's hard to to really get the balance as long as the community is so small in general.
Totally.
This is why.
Oh, go ahead.
This is why we decided to have not like the regular categories, but to have categories like most impactful, zeitgeist, those kind of things.
Zeitgeist is our favorite. We freaking loved that.
I can't wait to see where that goes.
Yes. And go on. I wanted to list off the categories. I would love to hear you name a few of them.
Yeah, because those are you cannot. It's hard to give an award for those kind of things, but at the same time, this is important. And not only most beautiful.
Exactly. Hard awards. I did have a question though about the number of projects that were submitted or nominated, or not. I guess the number of nominations that there were specifically. Rather, can you share some stats at all? Yeah, we saw that really cool
graph. I wish we still had that.
I wish I could share something like right now about that, but I can tell you that it's very different. Obviously, every NFT is nominated for CNFT of the Year, so that's we have about like 2,000 nominations in general.
Okay, interesting.
Which is a fair amount, but hopefully it will be more next year.
It's going to be 10 times that at least.
Yeah, I mean. Once this has been seen, everybody's going to be like, I wish I had put my input in.
Right.
I mean, this whole thing jumped out.
And some of them, I think actually Zeitgeist is the one with the least nominations.
Because
Zeitgeist has around 100 or a little less than that, actually. And then, the others, they vary a lot. Like, I didn't expect them to vary that much in numbers. But CNFT of the Year is, of course, the one with all the nominations. But yeah,
that's gonna be a tough
maybe
one.
I will tweet out some statistics later on.
That would be really cool because I'm like big into those numbers. I love to see it especially because this is just this year's numbers, and if it's out there, then we can look at next year's numbers, and we can all think about numbers all the
time. Oh, Scott, you and your data.
I like numbers.
I want to make sure that anybody in chat who has any questions, please feel free to ask. We would love to hear from you and hear anything that you want to know about how this process has been. Did either of y'all shed any tears, or did your eyes well up with, a solemn gratitude, at least during this process?
Not yet.
Wait till everyone's there and you see, and everyone's, oh man, this can be so cool. So when you show this, is it going to be like dropped on YouTube? Where are we going to be able to watch it?
That's a good question.
Yes, you will be able to watch it live on YouTube. We have the CNFT Awards YouTube channel, and we'll just post out that basically, and then we'll post out the date and the time, and then you can just hop in there 2 hours too early just to chill in the chat, hopefully, and then it starts, and it's going to be awesome.
So it'll be one of those like instant premiere videos where it's pre-recorded, but we all get to use the chat and everything.
Exactly.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. That's how it should be, for sure.
And that way you can be, chilling in chat without any, running around trying to run the show. You just get to watch it with everyone else.
Yeah, that's awesome. Going to be good, definitely.
We're going to be there.
I saw that I'm on y'all's Twitter that it has the timeline for the whole process, but someone in chat, Amino, wants to know, when will we know the nominated projects?
Yeah, the second phase.
After the filtering.
Throughout the next couple of days, we will drop the nominees for each category. We thought about dropping them all at once, but then we thought, it would be cool to have them category by category.
Drip drop.
This is how we will do it until I think the nominees for Best CNFT of the Year will be announced on Thursday night.
Ooh, very nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really cool to know that. I thought I was kind of thinking that Linda and Hoshoshi were like going to be some of the different
Just award
presenters. So I think it's really exciting to know that it's going to be like
MCs.
like award show format of like two, and I'm glad we got an awesome lady representing.
Yeah.
I'm glad too, and Linda has been very excited. It's very, very cool that she's part of the show.
Definitely.
All right. So, what do you think is going to most excite people about this when it happens? You know, what do you think people are going to be really?
Yeah, I'm sure you're very curious, honestly, about what they're going to like the most. But
I think people are going to be excited when they see the physical awards. I think that's going to be like a kicker. I also think we might have a special guest that we can't announce yet, which might drop in the show.
I haven't thought.
Which I'm very excited for.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Sure. Who knows who that could be? And then yeah, of course, the music video for the orchestra is going to be a big one. So I think there are many parts which are exciting. I think that just the whole show in general is going to be like one big moment of excitement, at least for me.
Oh yeah.
I just had this flash of an image of like a future award show with people wearing like gowns with like knitties on them, like a beautiful dress, like with like NFT, like CNFT history on it, space bud pattern.
Yeah, that's
would be pretty
the
awesome.
future is going to be a wild place, and this is just the beginning. This is like the launch pad, and who knows where we're going.
I get another question for you guys. Were you guys surprised by anything? By any of the nominations, or were you more like? I know you can't say any specifics, but generally, were you surprised, or were you more like expected?
That's about right.
Yeah.
I was very surprised. I mean, I've been in the NFT space since the beginning, basically. I know pretty much every single project, kinda, and of course, you and I, like all four of us, basically, and all five of us actually, we could say, okay, for this category, we expect these 5 nominees, and like we have a reasonable guess, and the actual nominations were a lot different than I thought. Like, obviously, you can think about like, okay, the biggest projects in space, Spacebuds, Claymates, they're gonna have like so many nominations, but there were also a lot of like smaller projects or up and coming projects, and projects which have a little bit of hype after their recent mint, for example, and like a lot of these like newer communities really pushing their NFT projects, which I think is really cool actually. Because even we can get surprised by things, even though we are all part of the space for such a long time. And then of course there are also many singular NFTs which look amazing, and no one really knows about them basically because they are only like one pieces. Like for example, the Wolfram Alpha NFTs that were auctioned off at some point. Mm-hmm. Like only one person owns each one of these NFTs, so there's not going to be like a huge. Yeah, I have one. I sat there pressing the button at the right moment. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then and some of those have been nominated, and that's really cool because it just shows that maybe the voting results and stuff, they will really be about the art and about what the NFT is, and not just about how OG that project is, or it's just going to be a mixture of everything, and that's what I kind of want to achieve also.
I believe in us in this community that, like, I mean, I'm definitely going to vote for what I find the most beautiful, I mean, in each category, and I think a lot of people will be. I mean, there's always different things pulling and driving people, but I think that a lot of people are going to want to give it the best, shot like that they can,
regardless of hype and all that.
Yeah, like not including like necessarily what's in their wallet. Obviously that has some part of it.
Yeah, that's true. Prestige for those.
That means
projects.
You like it. If you have it, probably. Awesome.
Well, it's awesome. It's coming right up. 12 days from now, we're gonna all be
Count
gathered
down
around,
all the days.
and that's what is that? Is that
What day of the week is it?
yeah? What day of the
It's
week
the
is that?
19th, right?
It's a Saturday.
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 Okay, perfect. Then my schedule's clear.
Good.
Let's do
If it wasn't, we'd have to clear it.
Right?
Yeah, we'll make sure we're updating the countdown on how many days are left on our new shows.
Yeah, I can't wait to show off the nominees as well. We can have a little informal mini vote via poll during our live shows.
Yeah, just
We're
for
gonna have fun with
funsies.
it.
Definitely.
That will be cool to do.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Well,
guys,
we're
thank
so
you so
glad
much
that
for
you could
coming. Yeah.
come.
This was really
Thank you for
balmy.
having us. It's always, as you know, it's always a pleasure and so much fun to talk to you. Yes, Alyssa.
You should look us in the eye and tell us that we should be
Oh,
at the show.
okay. Give me a second.
Okay.
We had some special eyes are the window to the soul moments before the show.
I forgot.
Watch the show. Do it.
Like
Very
the show.
good.
Beautiful. All right. Well, on that note,
Well said. Eloquent.
oh man, wow. It's striking. Very powerful.
It really
Very
is.
powerful
It
moment.
makes me want to pinch your cheek.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much once again, and we will catch you
So
on the
nice
flip
to meet
side.
you,
I hope
Christian.
yeah, it
I'm
was
so
nice to meet you,
impressed
Chad.
by what y'all have done.
Yeah, so nice to talk about both of you guys, honestly.
Totally.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for having us.
Peace out.
Talk to you
See
soon.
you guys.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.